Hi. So I am Angela Najjar, and I want to welcome you to my channel. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so excited that I'm here. Um, and Steve, my fiance, said to me the other day, you should do a channel about something that you really enjoy, like a hobby. And the other hobbies that I have, I couldn't fill 3 minutes talking intelligently about. And so I thought, well, I really enjoy reading. I always have, and since I was a kid. And I'm kind of almost like obsessive compulsive sometimes, I think, when it comes to reading. I once I get into a book, it's hard for me to put it down. It's hard for me to focus on, the other stuff I have to do in my life, like work and keep the house and all that kind of good stuff. And the kinds of books that I love to read are really like psychological thrillers. I love a good mystery. I just love them. And I think part of that has to do with just I love things that are orderly, when they kind of come together and it's a package and it just gets all tied up together and you figure out who did it and how they did it and it's all done. I love neat packages like that. It just seems like so much of life is not like that anymore. So much of life is just these long projects and things that get drawn out and the crap in life that we deal with. And books for me have always been like a total escape, just a total escape into another world and other people, and getting inside somebody else's mind and what they're thinking and their anxieties and their angst and, the stuff that they worry about that sounds an awful lot like the stuff that I worry about. So it really kind of started when I was a kid. And when I was a kid, I do love a good series. Like I love a good series writer. And when I was young, the really first series, I know everybody always says, Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys and that kind of thing. And I did like Nancy Drew books, but I don't really remember a lot about them. The first series that I really can remember just being infatuated with was the original Babysitter's Club. And it was really this feeling of these mysteries that, again, like somebody figured, that they tied a bow on it at the end. And they were these girls that were dealing with the same kind of stuff that I was dealing with in life. And sometimes I think I like a good mystery and I like getting into the brain of somebody else, because sometimes they're dealing with stuff that I'm not dealing with. Sometimes they are dealing with things in life that I, am envious of, I don't know, popularity, or when I was a kid, I think it was probably, popularity. Anyway, I'm rambling now. And the point of this video was just to kind of introduce you to me and hope that you would go on this journey with me through the books that I am currently reading that I really, really enjoy. It's not really a book club. It's not really hopefully it won't be like a spoiler alert, right? Like I'm not going to let all the good endings go. But I thought we might just, chat, once or twice a week about kind of a different chapter or a different section of a great book that's out right now. I try and read, I kind of go down these rabbit holes when I read books. And so I end up reading stuff that's not always, on, I don't know, Reese's or Oprah's book club list, or, I try and pick stuff that is just attractive to me in the genre. So like I already told you, I love a good mystery. I love a good psychological thriller. That really is kind of my thing, psychological thrillers. My fiance, I think it worries him a little bit. I don't think it seriously worries him. But I do love, I love a great female protagonist, not because I'm a raging feminist, but because I just think it's really cool. And, a lot of times they just tend to think like I do. And so, as I got older, one of my absolute no holds barred favorite author ever of all time was Sue Grafton. And Sue Grafton wrote the Alphabet series with Kinsey Milhone, and I loved Sue. I loved Kinsey. I loved the book series. And unfortunately, Sue Grafton passed away. And she only had one letter of the alphabet, Z, left. And I read every other book that she wrote. I listened to the audiobooks. I just loved them. I loved the simplicity of the characters, and I don't know. I was just really saddened when she passed away. But again, a classic example of a great series. So I loved Sue Grafton. I love Robert Parker, another author that unfortunately tragically passed away, and who had these different series of, characters. I love, I'm not an across the board James Patterson fan, but I love James Patterson's, the Women's Murder Club series. I'm starting 8 here soon, so we'll read that one together, I think. I really like Marcia Clark's stuff. I think that she's a really good writer. The first book we're going to talk about is The Dry by Jane Harper, and a really interesting read. And our first video is going to be on this book, and this is actually the book that inspired me to start. Steve, my fiance, who I'll talk a lot about, Steve said, well, you should start with the book you're reading right now. Where is it? And I grabbed it and I was like, that's not the greatest book. And he said, then that's the perfect place to start. So that's the book we're going to start with. And I am also obsessive compulsive when it comes to buying books. So I buy books like way in advance. I have enough books to probably keep me reading for at least a couple of years. And there's 4 more in my Amazon cart that I just bought today. So this really is just going to be an opportunity for us to get to know each other. And I hope that you'll have suggestions for me. I hope you'll tell me about the books that you're reading and a book that you think I should read, because I'll be sure to buy it immediately. And we'll just get to know each other and have fun. And it won't be like a traditional book club. I'm going to try and get videos up again, 1 or 2 a week. And you can just kind of read along with me. And I just think it's going to be fun. You'll get to know all about my crazy life and who I am. And hopefully I'll get to know more about you. But in the meantime, I'm so excited to start on this journey. And I hope that we will, if you are not an avid reader, that it will compel you to become an avid reader. I hope you'll find books that you just cannot put down, because now our first book, The Dry, now I can't put it down. So I find myself trying to sneak in like a paragraph or 2, like in the middle of my work, read a little bit. So hopefully you'll become as passionate about it if you're not already. And if you are already as passionate about reading, then I think that that's awesome. And I think we're going to enjoy putting our feet up, grabbing a cup of coffee, and talking about whatever book we're currently reading. So watch out for first video, which is coming soon. And it will be on kind of the first section of Jane Harper's The Dry. And then we'll move on to our next book, which is something out of my stack. And I'll share with you all the different authors that I love and the ones that I am in love with for the moment. But if you haven't read any of some of my absolute favorite classics, I would encourage you to do so. So if you have never read Sue Grafton, go down to your local bookstore or library, or hop online and without question read something out of the Alphabet series, because she was just an awesome lady, and I think she's just totally missed. And like I said, I'll rattle off a whole list of all the authors that I love, and hopefully you'll find that you love some of them too. I'm so excited to start this journey with you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.